an understatement of Mataji, what Mataji has accomplished in her spiritual life. So Mataji was born in a Sikh affluent business family and was a fashion designer by profession. She married into a Hindu Punjabi business family when she joined ISKCON. After her initiation in 2001, her spiritual master, His Holiness Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj, ordered her to be an international preacher and to write books. Following the instructions of her spiritual father, she travels all over the world to give discourses like Japan, Canada, Australia, US, Hong Kong, Thailand, UK, Kenya, Pakistan, etc. She's a mentor and also does online preaching, including chanting sessions and various courses on the study of the scriptures. Her chanting sessions have crossed over 1400 days. She is an author of several books, which we will get access to right after Mataji's sessions, and Mataji will be briefly speaking about her books as well. Pearls of Devotion, Vaishnava Teachings in Sikhism, Vaishnavism and Sikhism, Guru the Spiritual Father, Memoirs with My Spiritual Father, Death the Unstoppable, and various articles for Dandavats and Back to Godhead magazine. So Mataji runs peaceful devotional online school for kids, and by the mercy of Guru Maharaj, she does extensive book distribution during Bhadra Purnima Marathon and Bhagavad Gita Marathon as well. And His Grace Rasapriya Prabhuji, who has also joined us with Mataji, has done beautiful ISKCON temple projects in Delhi, Gurgaon, Faridabad, Rohini, and other places. He serves the Lordships and encourages Radhika Krpa Mataji to do so. So Mataji, from our bottom of our hearts and our top of our lungs, let's have a very, very big round of applause and Hari Bol for Mataji. Hari Bol!
So I believe there was a bhajan to be sung in good Punjabi. So yeah, so you can do that.
You want to sing one first and then?
Yeah.
Is that okay, Mataji?
Yeah, fine, absolutely.
Okay. Okay, so before we start the class, maybe we will take 10-15 minutes. So there is actually a Punjabi bhajan, but actually it speaks the universal language of Bhagavad Gita.
That's good.
The core message that we are not these bodies, we are spirit souls, right? So.
Radha Madhav mobile and
We are live, everyone.
Alright, while we are setting this up, I just wanted to welcome a couple of people who have joined us here. So to start with, I would like to welcome Nimai Kharna Prabhu and Shweta Mataji. They have recently got married. So, welcome to the club. Alright, so happy that you guys have joined us today. And I do see some new faces here. Mataji, would you like to introduce yourself as well, please?
Hare Krishna. I'm Nishnamurti Devidasi from Detroit. So I'm just accompanying Mataji, Radhika Krpa Mataji. And there isn't any much to speak about.
Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining us today. We are very fortunate to have your association. And I do see a couple more faces. Maybe Prabhuji, would you?
I'm not here for this house.
Okay.
But I'm Ramchandra Prabhu's brother.
Okay, that's a fupa from my side then. All right. Okay. So that's my pregnancy brain. So please forgive me. All right. Prabhuji, would you like to Say something.
Very happy to be here.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for joining us. Anyone else? Anyone else joining us for the first time? Okay. All right. Thanks, everyone.
Hare Krishna, everyone. So this bhajan is in Punjabi, but this message is universal, right? It basically explains how everything in this world is temporary. Lord Krishna also in the Bhagavad Gita says, Mam upetya punarjanma dukkhalayam ashashvatam. So everything in this world is perishable. Our body, our relationships, everything is temporary. But there is one thing which is eternal and which we will always take with us in our next life, which is the name of the Lord. I hope everyone can read Hindi. So I'm just going to sing two paragraphs, keep it short. ना तुप रहनी ना छा बंदिया ना प्यो रहना ना मां बंदिया ना तुप रहनी ना छा बंदिया ना प्यो रहना ना मां बंदिया हर शे ने आखिर मुक जाना शे ने आखिर मुक जाना एक रहना रब दा ना बंदिया ना तुप रहनी ना छा बंदिया ना प्यो रहना ना मां बंदिया हर शे ने आखिर मुक जाना शे ने आखिर मुक जाना एक रहना रब दा ना बंदिया जो फूल खिले खिलते ले सावन मुरझा जाए जो फूल खिले खिलते ले सावन मुरझा जाए ये ताने बांधे सब बंदिया जो पल विच हम मिटा जाए जो फूल सवेरे खिलते ने सावन मुरझा जाए ये ताने बांधे सब बंदिया जो पल विच हम मिटा जाए
Very nice. I think so. Everybody wanted you to continue. It was too nice. Just type it. Yeah, that's right. Hare Krishna. Om Ajnana-Timirandhasya Jnananjana-Shalakaya Chakshunamalatam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swam Padantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yutapat Kamlam Shri Gurana Vaishnavanscha Shri Rupam Sakritam Sahagan Raghunatvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Sarabhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagan Lalita Shri Vishakhanatavashta Hey Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishbhanu Sutta Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpataru Bhaksha Kripa Sindhu Vacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavbhyo Namo Namah Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shri Vasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna. So the beautiful bhajan, actually what you heard right now, it was nobody is going to be here forever. We all have to leave one day. So nor our parents, nor the flowers that bloom in the morning, they all also wilt in the evening. So everybody has to go one day. Gurmani says, Mati ka kya mol hai Swami manas ki gatehi. So mati, the mitti, the mud outside, the dirt outside has got no value. And we all actually one day will become like that. We have to go into the dirt, we all our ashes, whether we are cremated, whether we are buried in the, but everything, all of us will turn into one day into dirt. So that's for definite. So mati ka kya mol hai Swami manas ki gat ehi. And we actually go around highly puffed up. Oh, I've got a big land, I own a big property, I own a big car, I have a big job, I have this big, I have that. Big or small even. So everybody flaunts that. But once the end is one only. We all are going to become that. So, but still we live in with ego. But the Gurmani again says this, and we all know, even Trinadapi Sunichaina Tarorapi Sahishna Manina Manadena Kirtaniye Sadaharit. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu clearly says that become like a blade of grass. Be humble. The humility is what is your ornament. Just take it to humility. And that is what the Gurbani even says, that you have to shut off your haume. Haume is again the ego. So one has to give up the ego. We were born in this material world and we have come here to actually reform ourselves, to shut off our ego. Because our ego is, our pride is much bigger than us. Our height might be 5 feet, 6 feet, but our ego is 50 feet high. We've got a big ego. We have ego, we are very egoistic. All of us, if you'll just look into yourselves, everybody knows they are very egoistic. We cannot take no from anyone. Even a child cannot take a no from the parents even. They also rebel. If you tell them, say sorry, they would say, why? Why should we say sorry? So you see that from where that has come, they have carried it over the births and births. That's how we are. We have this ego in ourselves. That's what the Gurbani says. पहले मरना कर कबूल छड़ जीवन की आस हो सबों की रेणुका तब आओ हमारे पास. So it says clearly, first accept that you will die one day. So that bhajan was all about it. That we have to accept that Jivan muk jana hai. The Jivan, this life will end. It will perish one day. We are not going to live here forever. We don't belong to this world. We are just temporary. Gurbani again says, Batao se jo lave ne us hat aave khe. We are all, Batao means yatri. We are all traveling. I've just come from India to US. You are staying in US, but you also travel. But we all are traveling. We are in this material world. We are travelers. So, batao se jo lave nehe. If you get attracted to one another, and because then the next line, the bhajan was the mapyo, the parents even will die one day. Mother will go away, father will go away. That means all relatives will go away. We will be separated. Either we go first, they go first. But everybody is in the queue. Everybody will go according what the time has been ordained to them to live on this planet. So everybody is already in the queue. So batao jo lave nehe. So those who fall in love with the traveler, or if you fall in, you're a traveler, and if you fall in with anyone, love with anyone, us ahata aave khe. They will get nothing else but just khe. Khe is again mitti. You will all get the mud again in your hand. That's all. So there is no use even getting entangled or getting attached to even material relationships. The Gurbani clearly says that. And that's what we learn in the Bhagavad Gita, in the Bhagavatam. Whereas we have seen how the Bharat Maharaj story is there, how he left his family and he went to the jungle, he went to the forest to meditate on the Supreme Lord. So that is the way that he wanted to detach. That is why the 4 ashrams are there. The Devi ashrams, one ashram. It is the one prastha is when you try to become detached. But while living in, Rupa Goswami has already given us this, while living in the material life, while living within the family, you can be detached. Yukta Vairagya, you can get that. So that only process is the chanting of the holy name. That will give you the Yukta Vairagya. So we'll go back to that verse I was explaining from the Granth Sahib. It says, Pehle marna kar kabul chhad jeevan ki aas. First accept that you have to die one day. We don't accept that. That is why we live with ego. But the moment you accept it, every moment if you realize, yes, this is my last moment. I may die any moment. Because the Gurbani again tells us that we are just ikdami. Every human being is one dami, ikdam. That means one breath. We are just the owner of one breath that we are taking right now. This breath, if it goes in, it might come out or not. It is in the hand of the Supreme Lord. That means we just own one breath. That is when we inhale. While we exhale, we don't know we'll survive or not. So we just have one moment to live. And if everybody accepts that it's just one moment and this might be the last moment, so he will only chant the holy name. Because Krishna says, Yam Yam Vapi Smaranam. Those who remember me at the time of death, he says, Bhava Bhavita. In whatever consciousness they are, they will attain to the same. That body is actually awaiting them when they leave this body. The next rebirth is assured, provided it's actually according to your Chetana, your consciousness. So it says, Pehle marna kar kabul, chhad jeevane ki aas. Just leave that you are going to survive here for thousands of years or hundreds of years. You have to go. And it doesn't mean that we should fall in a depression state of mind. People think, oh, it says here that chhad jeevan ki aas, that you have to just leave everything and think, oh, I'm going to die, I'm going to die. It's not that. It says here that why you should think this. Why you should think that this is your, like you will die. So that you may not get attached to the worldly things. You do not get attached to the worldly matters. So it clearly mentions then that Chad Jeevan ki aas, ho sabon ki renuka. That's what the Supreme Lord wants from us. Become the dust of the feet of everyone. That is being a blade of grass. That is being, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, like a blade of grass. So humble, like when you walk on the blade of grass outside in the gardens, there's all green hair you can see right now. When you walk on the grass, grass doesn't complain. You are putting your feet on the head of the grass. But the grass again, very humbly, it again stands on his own. So that is how it says here that become so humble. Then everybody says, oh, if we become so humble, we will be exploited by others. Others may exploit us. If we are very meek and humble. No, humility is actually a greatest asset. It is the greatest strength. All the saints and sages, they are humble. That is why they have become saints and sages. And they are most strong. Any politician who is very strong, in the time of elections, you must see they throng over at the doorsteps of saints and sages to take blessings. So because they are very powerful, they know the ultimate strength is with them. Because the Supreme Lord even has acknowledged that these saints and sages, they have access to me. Nobody else can come to me other than them. The true Guru, the pure devotee of the Lord, is the mediator between the Supreme Lord and us. That is how it is. So it says here, Pehle marna kar kabul chhad jeevan ki aas, ho sabon ki renuka. Become the dust of everyone's feet and then you will come back to me, the Supreme Lord says. Tab aao hamare paas. So this is how it is. We have to become so humble. And a Vaishnava is very humble. The definition of Vaishnava is given in the Granth Sahib. If you go to the chapter called Sukhamani Sahib by the 5th Sikh Guru, Guru Arjan Dev Ji, he talks about a Vaishnava. He gives the definition of Vaishnava, that who is a Vaishnava. So we have been actually hearing this when we come to ISKCON, we are always hearing a Vaishnava Sampradaya, we are Gaudiya Vaishnava Sampradaya. But who is a Vaishnava? It clearly mentions there, Vaishnava is the one on whom Vishnu is very happy. Vishnu is very pleased upon a person and he becomes a Vaishnava. That is how he is a Vaishnava. Mithya nahi rasna paras manamaya preet niranjan daras. A Vaishnava actually does not take to falsity. He is very truthful, very sincere in everything. In his dealings, he is very truthful. Mithya means fake life. He says bye to the fake life. The hypocrisy, the life of hypocrites is the Kali Yuga life. Outside the material world is full of hypocrites. Every day you hear that why the politicians are called and the other senior bureaucrats are called diplomats. So they're diplomats, they're very diplomatic. They're full of hypocrisy. They change their words like, just they will speak one thing and the next moment they'll go back on their words. Without any shame, without any realization even that they are what they are giving to others, what example they are setting. They are least worried about it. So it is there, the fake life, a Vaishnava never accepts that. He's very truthful in his dealings, very sincere, very honest. Mithya nahi rasna paras manamaya preet niranjan daras. And in his heart, he is always longing for the darshan of the Supreme Lord. That is a Vaishnava. And then ahead it says, Par istri roop na pekhe netra. Par istri, that is, we see in ISKCON when you enter, every lady is called Mataji, whether it's a small girl, a little girl, or a big lady, aged lady, all are called Mataji. So, par istri roop na pekhe netra. He has no interest in the beauty of other ladies, other women. Na sad ki tahel satsang het. Then what does he do? His only aim is what? Sad ki. That sadhu. He wants to serve these sadhus, those who do the sadhana. Sad ki tahel. Tahel means seva. Sad ki tahel satsang het. He serves the sadhaks. He serves those who are chanting the holy name. And then what he does, he is actually always in the sadhu sangha. He does not leave the sadhu sangha. So sadh ki tehel satsang het. Satsang has got a lot of value. Right now what we are doing is satsang. Sat ka sang. That is the sang of the absolute truth. It is said that when we talk about, that's why we do Vaishnav Pranam. Vaishnav Pranam doesn't mean I bow to you or you're bowing to me. It is we are bowing down to the Supreme Lord who is residing in our hearts. And Krishna says when two people bow down to each other, it's me standing in the middle. So never one should think, oh, I'm so great that people are bowing down to me. No. They are bowing down to the Supreme Lord who is there within you. Because Krishna has assured the third one is me, I'm standing there. So like the satsang, actually it is why this interest to those who are fully surrendered to the Supreme Lord, because Krishna says again that wherever they talk about me, wherever my satsang is going on, I'm present there. It's never happened that I'm not there. I'm always there. When a sincere devotee of the Lord is actually talking about me and sincere, with full sincerity, they are the listeners, I am there. I'm very much there. He never leaves the place. He's always there. Because Kali Yuga has actually no entry into the place where satsang is being happening. A true satsang where with full sincerity is being happening under the Guru Parampara, under the blessings of the pure devotee of the Lord. There the Kali Yuga cannot enter. It is 100% guaranteed. That is why that gives you so much of, the positivity. It's so much of that you want to listen it. The interest creates because Krishna himself is present here and Kali Yuga cannot enter. Kali Yuga remains away. So this is very important for us to understand what a Vaishnava, who a Vaishnava is, how he becomes a Vaishnava. Sadh ki tehel satsanghet karan na sune kahu ki ninda. Nor does he criticizes anybody, nor does he listens to any criticism. He does not talk about others at all. He's only worried about himself. That what he is doing, he's worried about that. He does not actually criticize anybody. And if we criticize anybody, it says in the Gurbani, it says in the scriptures, when we criticize anybody, then what happens? We actually lose all our punyas. We lose all the pious deeds or the small bhakti, even little bhakti we have done, we will lose it all. Because the ninda, the criticizer, who takes enjoyment in criticizing others, he is actually washing the dirty clothes of other person. When he criticizes that person, he is actually his pious deeds are going away and the other person's, the sins are coming upon him now. He's taking up the other person's sins whom he's criticizing. So it is the scriptures are telling us. So Karan na sune kahu ki ninda. He does not do it or nor does he listen to any criticism. That he does not commit the Vaishnava aparad. Sabte jane apas ko manda. When he is among the devotees, he takes it that he is the most sinful. He is the one who is sinful. He is the one who is actually, we all say that, humble servant. He really takes it to it, that he is the servant of everyone. Apas ko jane manda. He actually takes it that he is the one who has committed all the sins. The rest all are very pure. He takes it to that. Sabde jane apas ko manda gur prasad bikhyate parhare. Gur prasad, with the blessings of the Guru, he knows that he will get rid of all the vices in him. He is very much dependent upon the Guru. Man ki basana mante tarhe. All the sense gratification that he is carrying in his mind actually goes away when he takes to the words of the spiritual father. Guru Prasad. Guru gives the mercy. Prasad is the mercy. If you really want the Kripa, the Prasad, that comes from the Guru. Indri Jit Panch Dokte Rahat. He actually conquers the 5 senses. That is a Vaishnava. He is Indri Jit. Panch dokh te rahat. Then he becomes actually bereft of all the misery in the world. Nanak kot made ko aisa. So aisa apras. So Guru Nanak Dev Ji says, and we see this has been, these lines have been spoken by the fifth Sikh Guru, but they all have written the lines saying that they are not writing it. Actually, it's the first Guru Nanak is only writing. He is only speaking. So this is the Guru Parampara. It's only, like here we say, it's only Prabhupada. It's all the mercy of Prabhupada. It's all the mercy of Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. It's the Guru Parampara that's coming. That is how it is. It's only the Guru Parampara that works. So it says, Nanak says, Kot made ko aisa apras. Guru Nanak Dev Ji says, out of millions and millions, there is one like this, a Vaishnava. Vaishnav so jis upar suprasan. Vaishnav is the one upon whom, who is suprasan? Vishnu is suprasan. Vishnu is so pleased with that person. That is why he is a Vaishnava. Bishan ki maya te hoi pin. And he is actually Bishan ki maya. This maya is again of Vishnu. We know very well, Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, Mam maya duratya, Devi heshi gunamaya, mam maya duratya. He says, this is my maya. Maya is a very dear devotee of Krishna. Today only in the morning I was listening to Guru Maharaj's lecture, and he was saying in the lecture about Maya. He was giving this lecture in Russia many years ago. And in that lecture he tells Russians that you have been listening Maya, you must be thinking is a big demon. And he says, no, Maya is not a demon. She is the devotee of the Lord. She is the dear devotee of the Lord. And she loves to entice you. But Krishna wants us to go out of that entanglement of Maya. So here it clearly says this, Vishan ki Maya teu hai pin. Vaishnav is actually, he knows this Maya belongs to Krishna. It's Vishnu's Maya. But he keeps him away from that Maya. He does not want to get entangled in the Maya. Maya doesn't mean if you have a lot of money or a big house, you're in Maya. Maya, a cycle owner can also be in Maya. Any asset that belongs to you, you don't serve Krishna with that asset, you are in Maya. May you have money, you have a car, you have a house. If your house, you're serving for the devotees, you're serving devotees, you're serving Krishna there. You're not in Maya. Maybe you own a palace. You own a big car. But in that car, you're going to the temple, you're serving the devotees, you're serving the Supreme Lord. You're not in Maya. But if you own a cycle, and you're not serving the Supreme Lord, you're in Maya, definitely in Maya. So it says here, Vishan ki Maya te hoi pin. He keeps himself away from the Vishnu's Maya. Karam karat hove neh karam. So we have been hearing in the Bhagavad Gita, it's nishkaram. What karma we should do? Nishkaram. The karma which we don't want the fruit. We don't want to enjoy the fruit of that karma. So, Karam karat hove neh karam. So what karma he does? He pleases Vishnu. He serves Vishnu. He serves the devotees. And that is the karma. That will make him neh karama. This Vaishnav ka nirmala dharma. And this is the dharma of a Vaishnava. This is what a Vaishnava does. Nirmal dharma. Nirmal means very pure. He is following this, and that is the nirmal dharma. Kaho phal ki ichha nahi bache, keval bhakta kirtan sangarache. He has no other desires in this world just to be in the kirtan of the Supreme Lord, just to sing his glories. He always wants to chant the holy name and sing the glories of the Supreme Lord. Mantan antar simran Gopal. In his heart and from the actions of his body, mantan antar. So he gives his mind. There are two bodies we are carrying, gross body and the subtle body. The soul is entrapped in the subtle body. So he is with his tan, with his physical body and with his subtle body, mind. He is always chanting the Simran. Simran means remembering, chanting, Smaran. Simran has come from Smaranam. So he is always chanting the name of Gopal. And Gopal is none other than Krishna himself. Mantan antar Simran Gopal, sab upar hovat kirpal. Because that Supreme Lord Gopal, He is what? Sab upar hovat kirpal. He is very kripalu. He is very merciful to all. But if you remember him, he becomes all the more merciful upon you. Sab upar hovat kripal. Aap drade avro naam japave. Nanak o Vaishnav param gat pave. Aap drade avro naam japave. Krishna says in the 18th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, those who actually preach my glories, they take to my chanting and preach my glories to others, they are very dear to me. So here Guru Nanak Dev Ji clearly says this, Aap dride, with full determination, he chants the holy name and he makes others also chant the holy name. This is a Vaishnava who is going to get the Param Gati. Nanak, O Vaishnava Param Gata Pave. That Vaishnava will get liberated. He will get the Param Gati. So there is more to say, but it is clear from here that what we have to do is we have to chant the holy name. We've got this human form of life. That is the only purpose of human form of life, is to chant the holy name. That is the only purpose. I repeat it again because I've been repeating this many times in my lectures even. Bhai prapat manak dehriya govind milan ki e teri bariya. Avar kaaj kite na kamila sadh sangat baj kevala naam. We've got the human form of life. Bhai prapat manak dehriya. You don't earn this life. You just have got it as a gift from the Supreme Lord. We have paid a very heavy price for this. What price we have paid? Anybody can tell me? What price did we pay to get this human form? 84. Yeah, we have been through 84 lakhs of species. 84 lakh of species we have been through just to qualify to listen to this glories of the Supreme Lord. We had to go into 84 lakhs of species. Millions of lifetimes we had to go around just to reach to the satsang of the Supreme Lord. That is the biggest price we have paid. And if we lose this chance, this only opportunity we have got, if we lose it, will be thrown into that 84 lakhs of species again. Imagine, millions of years again we will be wandering around. So this is how Bhai Prapata Manaka Dehriya, we have got this human form, that it is the only golden chance we have got to meet Govinda, Gopal now. So Bhai Prapata Manaka Dehriya, Govinda Milan ki e teri bariya. So this is the only chance you have got to meet the Govinda. Avar kaj kite na kam. Those all other deeds what we have been doing and what we are doing will be of no use at the time of death. Whether we become a big engineer, whether we become a big IT professional, whether we become a big businessman, we may become anything in this world. We may win the beauty pageants, we may do anything in this world. They will be of no use at the time of death. They will all remain here. We will not. I was listening to Bhakti Char Maharaj lecture the other day, and Bhakti Char Maharaj talks about Guru Nanak Dev Ji. He talks about a Leela of Guru Nanak Dev Ji, a pastime. He says in that pastime, when Guru Nanak Dev Ji visits a very rich person, he visits, there is a rich person has invited him, and he goes there, Guru Nanak Dev Ji goes there, and that rich person is flaunting his wealth. He's saying, I've got so much of land, I've got this, I've got that, I'm doing this, that. And then Guru Nanak Dev Ji says very humbly, he says, I've got a one needle, can you do one thing for me? He said, yes, anything you say, I can do for you. So Guru Nanak Dev Ji gives him one needle, and he says, can you keep this with you, and I will take it back from you after some time. He says, sure. It's such a tiny thing, I can of course replace it, or give you this one, exactly this one back to you whenever you want it. But when do you want it? He said, maybe in the next life. I'll come in the next life to take it from you. He said, next life? Are you crazy? Who can give you a needle in the next life? Who knows where they will be? Then he said, who is a fool, me or you? You have been accumulating all this wealth, you're flaunting and you're telling me, for whom you're doing this? When you know you're not going to take a single thing, not a needle you cannot take with you. What about all this, what you have accumulated here? And then he realized what he had been doing. So this is how it is. The saints and the sages, they come just to give us the realization that what we are doing in this world. We have just to follow the lines of the sages, the words of the sages, the instructions of the pure devotee of the Lord, the instructions of the Guru. And then it says that Vai Prapat Manak Dehriya Govind Milan ki e teri bariya Avar kaj kite nakam mil sad sangat bach keval naam. So what one should do then? If all these what we are doing here will not be of any use at the time when we leave this planet, then what should we do? Mila sadh sangata bhaja kevala naam. So go in the association of the devotees and chant the holy name. That is the most important thing one has to do. Other things are secondary. They are just for survival, just to keep your body and soul together. But the main primary thing is chant the holy name. You have to take the chanting of the holy name. Sarjam lag bhavjal ke janam vritha jat rang maya hetake. So it says ahead that the whole life is going actually a waste under the Maya, under the influence of Maya. So Maya is so strong that it actually takes over. But one has to be one has to strengthen himself with the chanting of the holy name. That is actually, that will immune us. That is actually the vaccination. So there is another book I have compiled where these books, what I have written, they're just compilations. I've not put any word of mine in it. I've just put the shlokas from the Bhagavad Gita, from the Granth Sahib, from Prabhupada lectures, from Chaitanya Charitamrita, from Srimad Bhagavatam, and similar quotes from the similar verses from the Granth Sahib. So here it says here, the Guru actually frees us, he actually liberates us from the clutches of Yamaraj. Guru ka bachan sada abhinasi. The words of the Guru are always everlasting and eternal. We should never take them very lightly. The bona fide Pramanic Guru. I'm not talking about all the commercial gurus you see these days around. I'm talking about those who are bona fide and those who are coming from disciplic succession. Their words are actually, they are the eternal words and everlasting. So what Prabhupada said 60 years back, 48, 58 years back, it is still the same. There is no editing in it. It carries the same weight as it carried then. So even what Krishna said, even what Guru Nanak Dev Ji said, or all the Sikh Gurus said that is in the Granth Sahib, it carries the same weight. It is applicable as it is today as well. So Guru ka bachan sada vinasi. Guru ke bachan kate jam phasi. So Guru ka bachan, when we talk about the words of the Guru, the spiritual father, it can actually take us away from the noose of death. Guru ka bachan jiya ke sang. Guru ka bachan rache ram ke rang. So the Guru's words are always actually with the soul. They are the food to the soul. And then the Guru's words are actually immersed in the love of the Supreme Lord. Whatever Guru says, it is actually giving us the love of the Supreme Lord. Jo Guru diyo so man ke kaam. So whatever the Guru gives us is very useful to the mind. Sant ka kiya sat kar man. Guru ka bachan atal achet. Guru ke bachan kate bharam bhed. So the Guru's words are actually infallible, unchanging. They actually clear all the doubts and all the prejudice. Guru ke bachan katao na jaye. Guru ka bachan har ke gun gaye. So Guru's words they never go in vain. They never go away. And then through the Guru's words we sing the glories of the Lord. Guru ka bachan jiya ke saath, Guru ka bachan anath ko nath, Guru ke bachan narak na paave, Guru ka bachan rasna amrit rave. Guru ka bachan pargat sansar, Guru ke bachan na aave har. Jis jan hoy aap kirpal, Nanak Satguru sada dayal. So this is actually the glories of the Guru's words. And it clearly mentions in the Gurbani again, Gur dikhya bin gyan kaisa. Without the initiation from the spiritual master or from a true Guru, without getting initiated, how can you actually sustain the knowledge, the true knowledge of the Supreme Lord? So we may think, oh, I can sustain, I know now, we have to chant, so I don't need a Guru. Why do I need a Guru? I have learned everything on my own. But without the mercy of the Guru, nothing will remain. You will not be able to sustain it in yourself. It will not be there with you all the time, unless you are blessed by the spiritual master. So it says here, Binu Guru Dikhya Kaisa Gyan. Without Guru's mercy, there is no knowledge at all. With the mercy of the Supreme Lord, you get a Guru. How does the Guru appears before you? It's the mercy of the Supreme Lord. Without the mercy of the Supreme Lord, one cannot actually get the association, get the blessings of a Guru. We know the story of Dhruv Maharaj. We know the story of Prahlad. Naradji is the Guru there. That is why Dhruv actually became Dhruv. Dhruv means very determined. He was determined to find the Supreme Lord. And there appears, because he was so determined, he's actually looking for the Supreme Lord himself. But Krishna does not come himself first. First he sends his representative, the Guru. And Guru is actually the manifestation of the Supreme Lord himself. A true bona fide spiritual master, he is the manifestation. He is the manifestation of the Paramatma Roop of the Supreme Lord. He appears before us. That is why Guru can read your mind. He knows what is happening in you. What is happening in your mind, he knows it all. So it is very important for us that we take to the spiritual master. That is the initiation, is the initiating into the spiritual life, the spiritual kingdom. So there are many stories to say about from the Granth Sahib, from the it is there a story of Dhanna Bhagat. I don't know how many of you know it. Those who are Punjabi, they must be knowing it. So Dhanna Bhagat is a very dear devotee of the Lord, a very simple, sincere person who is actually, he is a farmer and he was at the borders of, it says, Gujarat and Rajasthan. He stayed there. And he owned a piece of land and that was totally barren. He tried very hard, but he could not grow anything on that. He was actually on the brink of being a very poor. I would request just to manage the kids. It distracts a lot and it becomes difficult for me to speak. Kids ko sambhalna padega. Sorry. So, the Dhanna Bhagat was actually, he owned a barren land and he could not grow anything there. So he was getting poorer day by day. Then he went to an astrologer, a pandit in his village. He goes to him and he says, what should I do? How can I convert this barren land into, fertile? So the Brahmana was, that pandit was very shrewd, very cunning. He knew that Dhanna had a cow. His only possession was a milking cow, he had one. So he said, if you give your cow to me, I'll give you a Shaligram Shila. That is the Supreme Lord. And when you will pray to the Supreme Lord, your barren land will become fertile. In a way, he gave the right knowledge. He said, yes, if you pray to the Supreme Lord, he will convert this barren land into fertile. And you will be rich again. And Dhanna was very simple and straight. He said, okay, I'll give the cow to you. You give this Shila to me. You give this Thakur to me. And now this Pandit was again very cunning. He actually thought, he did not give the real Shaligram. He picked up a round stone from the street, just polished it well and gave it to Dhanna Bhagat. He said, here, take this Shaligram, take this Thakur, go to your home, give the cow to me. And he took the cow and gave that round stone to him. He took that round stone thinking it to be Shaligram, thinking it to be Thakur himself. He took it home, did the Abhishek, placed it on a very nice asan, told his wife to make bhoga. He said, today I'm going to offer a big bhoga to Thakurji because I have some work with him. He has to make my barren land fertile. So I need to give him full attention and everything. But I will feed him with my own hand. It was so simple. He had actually, that Pandit had told him that we offer bhoga, we offer incense, then we offer bhoga. Take care of this Shaligram, and he had seen the Pandit doing all this. So now he wanted to feed. And he literally thought when the Pandit was offering the bhoga and Krishna was accepting it. So now he told his wife, make the bhoga and prepare it and bring it. So he placed the Shaligram Shila, that round stone, on the throne, and he thought this is Shaligram. He worshipped it. He offered the bhoga. He sat there. And he said, told his wife, shut the door and I will be inside. Feed the Thakur with my own hand. I want to feed him with my own hands. But he kept on waiting, waiting, nobody came. Whom to feed? He's talking to the Shaligram Shila. He's asking Thakur, please come, come, I'm waiting. It says like a week went away. He did not eat anything. His wife kept on saying, don't do this to yourself. The whole village came over to his doorstep and said, it doesn't happen like that. But he said no. He's talking to the Thakur himself. He's saying, you accepted it from that Brahmana. Why not from me? I want to feed you with my own hand. This is actually, he said, this I want to do it. Otherwise, I will also not eat anything. And it says in the story, it's in the Granth Sahib, it says that Krishna appeared. He appeared, he ate from Dhanna's hand. Dhanna fed him with his own hands. And then Dhanna tells him, now you have come, I fed you a lot, now you have to work on my fields. You have to come with me to the fields and work there. You have to, because that Brahman said he will make them fertile. Now Krishna goes with him. The whole village is following them, but they can't see Krishna. But Dhanna is talking to Krishna. They are both talking to each other, but nobody else can see it. And they think Dhanna has gone mad. He's gone crazy. Dhanna goes to the fields. He makes a small hut there. He stays there. And Krishna, whole day, Krishna is toiling the fields. And he's telling Dhanna, that Dhanna is telling Krishna, you have to work hard. See, I knew you would come. Now you have to work here. And then the fields actually become greener every day. They are turning green. And one day it's all, the grains are there. They're all, it's become fertile land now. And then it says Lakshmi ji comes there. Because Dhanna is getting rich, Lakshmi has to come. Krishna is there. So Lakshmi comes and she's asking Krishna, come back. Let's go back now. It's time to go back now. Dhanna has got everything. And then Krishna just vanishes. Now Dhanna becomes crazy now. He's searching for Krishna. Then where is Thakur gone? And he becomes a mad, crazy man looking for Krishna. Where is he? Then he asks someone, where does Krishna stay? Then somebody told him it's in Dwarka, he's there. He goes to Dwarkadish. He goes to the temple, Dwarkadish. When he enters the Rukmini Dwarkadish temple, he sees in the Vigraha the same Thakur who was working with him, who was talking to him all the time. He appears there in that Vigraha for him. And the Gurbani sings, Jo teri pagat karante tinke kaaj savarata, tanna vadpaga. It says Dhanna is very vadbhaga. He is so blessed by Supreme Lord that he could have darshan of the Supreme Lord. And Jo teri pagat karte tinke kaaj savarata, Gopal tera arata. Till today, even in the Darbar Sahib, even in the Gurdwaras, the Aarti is sung in the evening. The Aarti is done to the Guru Granth Sahib. And they sing this Aarti, Gopal Tera Arta, Jo Teri Pagat Karante Tinke Kaj Savarata. Those who actually do your bhakti, you actually give everything to them what they want. So that is how Dhanna was blessed. So this Aarti complete Aarti is given in the Granth Sahib. So likewise, such many examples are there. Many stories are there that are very true stories. They have a place in the Granth Sahib, and I have grown up listening to these stories in my own home by my dadi and others. My mother, my dadi, they all used to tell us these stories of Prahlad, because Prahlad's story is again in the Granth Sahib. Ajamal story is there. Draupadi is there. So we have grown listening to these stories. And these stories actually make our faith strong in the Supreme Lord. And it clearly says, Bin paga satsanga nalabije, bin satsanga maile bharije jiyo. Without being fortunate, you cannot attend a satsang. Only very fortunate souls can come to the satsang, not everybody. You may invite 100 people, more than 100, and you may be surprised that the numbers are only 40, 50, or 20 sometimes, or less than that. Because the fortunate souls are only those ones, those who could make it. Bina paga, without being fortunate, one cannot enter the satsang. Bina paga, satsanga na labije, bina satsanga maile bharije jiyo. Without the being in the satsang, the sinful life will continue. the sins will multiply. Unless we come to the satsang, then only we can get rid of. There is some chance of getting rid of the sins. But if we don't enter the satsang, the sinful life will continue. So this is actually the realization coming from the Granth Sahib. And we all know, if we are listening from the Bhagavatam and the Bhagavad Gita, we all know it's similarly, Krishna speaks of all this there. That unless you are in the association of devotees, Rupa Goswami again says, Ada Shraddha Tado Sadhu Sang Tada Bhajan Kriya Tadha Anartha Nivriti. So Sadhu Sang is Satsang. Sadhu Sangha is association of devotees. So Adho Shraddha, if you have little bit of faith, you go, the first thing, if you have little bit of faith in Krishna, Krishna makes it easy for you to enter the Sadhu Sangha. If you don't have faith, Krishna does not let you enter into the Sadhu Sangha. So if you have little bit of faith in Krishna, then you are in the Sadhu Sangha. Ado Shraddha, Tado Sadhu Sangha. Tada Bhajana Kriya. Then you start the Bhajana Kriya. Bhajan Kriya is when you chant the holy name yourself and you listen to the holy name with your own ears and you are actually hearing and chanting and then the remembering Krishna. So this is the Navda Bhakti that starts. So Ado Shraddha, Tado Sadhu Sang, Tada Bhajan Kriya. And then what happens? What does the Bhajan Kriya does to you? Anartha Nivriti. Then you will feel that you are getting lighter. Sometimes we come to Sadhu Sang and then we say, oh, I feel quite light here. I feel very positive energy. Why? Because all the anarthas are leaving you now. That is why you are lighter. Anarthas are the lust, anger, greed. The lusty desires are leaving you. You are understanding that I need not have such desires as sense gratification. No desire for sense gratification. Your life becomes simple. You don't lie anymore. Honest life. So all those good qualities which you were lingering for, they manifest on their own. And the vices leave you. So that is why you are feeling lighter and more positive in life. So tadha anartha nivriti. So anarthas go away. And when anarthas go away, and then what happens? You get the interest into the holy name. And this interest gradually will lead to the Krishna Prema, where you will have love for Krishna, where you will have the pure love for Krishna, where you will actually give up your life for Krishna. There is the beautiful words of in the Granth Sahib again. There is Sant Ravidas, there is Namdev Ji, their Vani is there in the Granth Sahib. So even Ravidas Ji says, Aas lag ji ko chir payo darshan dekhe. He says, it's been ages I have not seen you, Krishna. Now I give this life for your service. Eh janam tumhare lekhe. Aas lag. He says, I want to have your darshan, and that's why I give up this lifetime for your service now. I want to serve you only now. So this is how the mood of a devotee is, to serve. So one should get rid of the anarthas. So anarthas, they leave us when we actually take to the chanting of the holy name. So I can go on speaking, but that time I just realized it's 8:45. Any questions anybody has? We can take to the questions now. Anybody has any questions? No questions? We should end the session then.
Mataji, I have a
Yes.
question. So, you mentioned the importance of having a guru, but from the story of Dhanna, the Bhagat Dhanna, it seems like a Brahman just gave him a round stone and some instructions, but he still got darshan of Krishna and got his mercy. So, and he was not like properly following a guru. So,
You know, there are 4 kinds of guru. Margadaksha Guru, Shiksha Guru, Diksha Guru, and the Chaitya Guru. And we are not as, I would say, determined as the strong willpower. Do you have like Dhanna? No. So Dhanna was very simple, sincere. Maybe his Purv Janam karmas were with him and he had that Sukriti. But in a way that Brahman also became his Margadaksha Guru. Though he was very cunning and shrewd, but he became a Margadaksha Guru. The advice he gave was right. That if you serve this Shilak, you will get the Krishna. And he followed because he was so simple and so sincere in his heart. So we being the Jiva of Kali Yuga, it's very difficult for us. We are not very simple in our dealings, we know that. We are not simple, we are not honest. We have the prabhav of the influence of Kali Yuga. So to become like Dhanna from like a simple man, it's very difficult. Dhanna was actually like Jad Bharat was behaving when Jad Bharat came. The 3 lifetimes of Bharat Maharaj, you will see. When he appeared in the 3rd lifetime, he actually did not want to commit what he had, the mistakes he had committed earlier. He remained like a fool. He remained like a person who was totally dumb and deaf. So Dhanna was very simple at heart. Originally, he was very simple. So we are all not like that. We need someone to guide us all the time. So we cannot just pick up one instance and say, yes, that he did not have a guru, so we also don't want a guru. But that person, he behaved like a Marpadasha guru for him, who gave the shiksha. Maybe he is the both. And Dhanna took it to his heart, sincerely. And then he got Krishna's darshan. But then, if we should take the example, there are others we have seen. There is a lineage coming up. Dhruva had a guru. Everyone has a guru. Parikshat Maharaj needed Shukdev Goswami. Parikshat was coming from the lineage of Pandavas. He did not need a guru. Why would he need it? Krishna shows himself. He takes up a guru here. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu takes up a guru. So this lineage is there. And even for the Sikhs, I know the next question might come up from you. Then why there are the Sikh gurus? There is a lineage of 10 Sikh gurus coming up. So they also have a lineage coming from Ramji. It's mentioned in the Dasam Granth that Guru Nanak Dev Ji is a Vedi who studies the Vedas. And he is actually, Guru Gobind Singh Ji tells who we are, he says. He says in the Dasam Granth that the Love and Kush, the descendants of Love and Kush, is where the all gurus are coming from. So there is a lineage that starts from the spiritual master. The lineage of the spiritual master starts from the Supreme Lord himself. So we need a guru at all times. So without the guru initiation, that's why I read from the Gurbani even, without Dikhya, without Diksha, how can one sustain the knowledge? And what to say of following the knowledge? We are actually, Bhagavad Gita means it's experiential knowledge. Bhagavad Gita is just not theory. It is experiential knowledge where you can experience it through actually following it, practically applying it. So Bhagavad Gita is the application. Theory is there, Krishna has given. But this theory has to be applied in life. If you don't apply it, it's of no use. Just remembering the shlokas, just by heart remembering the shlokas, that's by rote, you just remember shlokas, it's not going to help you unless you apply those shlokas in your life. So just having good, some people say, oh, this boy, this female, this lady, she or this boy, this man, they know so many shlokas, they read all Bhagavad Gita, they remember it by heart. But one has to see how much they are applying that in their lives. That is important. Just not get carried away by what they know. What they are doing is more important. How they are taking it to their lives. That is equally very important. Any other question? Yes.
Mataji, my question is a little bit related to your personal life.
Okay.
So since you drew so much parallel between Sikhism and Vaishnavism, when you were coming into Krishna consciousness, at any time when you were reading all of this and you were contemplating on this, did you ever think that, oh, I can stay back in Sikhism where I am? Like, why did you feel the need to?
Yes, got it. Yeah. You see, this knowledge, what you are listening from me, I only got it when I got initiated by my spiritual master. I was reading the Granth Sahib earlier too. When I was a kid, my mother had put a habit in me that before going to school in the morning, he used to wake us up and she would say, before going to school, read a part of the Gurbani. So we had Japji Sahib. She would say, do the part of Japji Sahib and then go. And I knew it like, I could just do it like in a speed, And without even doing the words, I would just do it. And then before going to bed, she had again told us, you must read Raras. So even if we go for a night show movie, I remember 9 to 12, coming back and I would say, oh, I haven't done my Raras. I would do it and then sleep. Imagine, I remember those days even. So she had put this habit in us, though we didn't understand a word of it. I just knew that I had to do it and I could just finish it within half an hour or 15 minutes. But then it was, I had been reading that I had read the full Granth Sahib even. Once I had a small sanctuary and then I had read it all. But then also it did not stay in you. You just read it, but it doesn't stay with you. But then when my father was leaving his body, he had a heart attack and he was just leaving his body. He was in ICU in a big hospital in Delhi. He was only 65 at that time. And then at that time, I remembered that what I had been doing throughout my childhood. Because after my childhood passed away, I grew big and then I was into fashion designing. I had taken up, I was still doing the part, but not that religiously. But that's just a part, you know, that was not application. And then also, I had just learned, picked up that we have to chant, you know. Somehow I had heard, like, we knew at home also, my mother, she used to get up every day at 3:30. Though we used to ask her, why do you get up at 3:30? Why is the need to get up so early in the morning? But she used to get up and she was pure vegetarian. And then she had given us that Simran is there and we do chant Vaheguru, and I said, fine. So when my father was very critical, I knew only one thing, that what we can do is do some part and chant. So in the hospital, I was chanting. It was 98 December, 22nd December 1998. So it was 10 o'clock in the night. I was chanting there. I started my chanting by like, say, 11 o'clock. But by 3:30, I was not talking to anyone. I had just picked up a corner in the hospital and I was chanting. So by 3:30 a.m., doctors declared that my father had left. So at that time, I was like, that he is gone now. And I had women questions with me now, right at that moment. Who are we? Why are we born? Where has he gone now? That I had seen many deaths earlier. It was not that he was the only one in our family who had gone now. But then that really hit me. But maybe that was because I had chanted before that. That's the reason. Otherwise, I would not have felt that blow. But that blow actually that he had left, and because of the chanting, it was that I got this inquisitiveness in me. That Krishna actually, he actually ignited that lamp in me. That yes, now you should go out and ask. Then who is gonna answer these questions? A guru is gonna come and answer these questions to you. So it was like Dhruva calling for Krishna. So I had these questions the very night. When the body was brought home, I still remember, I questioned my sister, my mother. These questions I asked them. I said, who are we? Why are we born? I want an answer to this. And they said, it's okay now, just relax. And then I was asking them, then I told my sister that whosoever the Supreme Personality is, whosoever God is, we don't know who he is. Whosoever he is, he's just making a fool of us. Today, I said, Papa is lying here, we all are crying. Tomorrow, I'll be lying here, my children will cry. So what's the use of coming here? Why are we doing this? Why don't we cut the chain out? Why just, he's fooling us, so we can fool him back. If we don't have children, it's done, the chain is cut. So why do we all want to cry? This separation is gonna come one day and we all will cry one day. So you see, that was coming up into me. That very night, I remember all this. And then, thankfully, my husband supported me because he didn't think that I had gone crazy. And because I wanted the answers. And I did not settle for less. The next coming 6 months, I was very inquisitive. I would go around. He would take me to temples. He would take me to gurdwaras. Early in the morning, I would go. And I would say, I want to have these answers. And then, to cut short, it was that somehow or the other, 15th May 1999, I reached Vrindavan. Can somebody handle these kids? So, it was May 15th, 1999, we reached Vrindavan. And then it was in Vrindavan that I met a devotee. I don't know how come a devotee welcomed us. We don't know. It was our first visit. He took us around and he took us to Prabhupada's Samadhi. He took us on the first floor of the Samadhi where he gave me a paper and he said, if you chant this mantra on every flower, That's the Maha Mantra for Kali Yuga. And I very obediently, I did chant. The first round of my life, I chanted on Prabhupada Samadhi, and my husband and both of us. And then he took us around to the temple. He showed us Gornitai, Krishna Balram, Radha Shyam Sundar, and there, of course, Radha Shyam Sundar, Radharani is so beautiful that I was totally, actually, we fell in love with her there and then. And then he took us to Prabhupada quarters. And then there was in Prabhupada quarters when he was telling us about the Gita, about what Prabhupada had done, everything, then it was there I realized I was getting all my answers. And then I got the answers to the questions: who are we, why are we born, and what we are doing in this life here. You see, the answers are in the Granth Sahib even. But I had read it, but reading, as I said, is nothing. When you meet your spiritual master without reading, you know everything. He actually blesses you and everything reveals to you. This spiritual knowledge reveals to you. It doesn't just by reading it comes to you. It reveals by the mercy of the spiritual master. So it happened somehow. Then I met Guru Maharaj. I had met many sannyasis, approximately everybody. Like I got the Vaishnava mercy from all of them. Jayapataka Maharaj, B.B. Jayapataka Maharaj, then Loknath Maharaj, then there were so many others, Radha Govind Maharaj, Bhakti Charu Maharaj, Kavi Chandra Swami, Bhakti Vigyan Vinashak Narsinghdev Maharaj, and Bhanu Maharaj. They have all been to our house in Delhi. So I had the actually mercy from all of them. And then my Guru Maharaj. And Guru Maharaj was a Punjabi himself. He could understand me. And then he would speak from Gita, and I don't know how Krishna made it that I could recollect some verses from the Granth Sahib and I would just say out. Like in the Gurbani, Krishna says, in the Gurbani, there's a verse that comes, Jin manantar har preeta so jana sugad siyane. So this means those who are actually in love with the Hari, they are very intelligent. So in the Gita himself, Krishna says, Aham sarvasya prabho mata sarvam pravartate. Iti matava bhajantamam buddhabhava samnita. He says, they are very intelligent, those who understand that I am the Supreme Lord. I am the cause of all the causes. So similarity is there. So I just repeated that, and Guru Maharaj would say, he knew, a Guru knows everything, what's happening in you and what you have. And Guru Maharaj said, I want you to write a book. This I've been telling in many sessions to so many people around. Then Guru Maharaj said, I want you to write a book on the Vaishnavism and Sikhism. And I was like, how can I write a book? That's not my background. But then somehow or the other, he convinced me and I wrote this book, and then there was no looking back. But this is actually, the crux is, the spiritual knowledge is revealed by the Guru. So I'm always indebted to my spiritual father. I'm indebted to Srila Prabhupada. If Srila Prabhupada had not been there, I would not have met Guru Maharaj. I would not have met so many Vaishnavas. So the blessings coming from the Vaishnavas is actually the cause of this knowledge. The knowledge is there. It's the Gohatam Gyan. Krishna says in the Gita, this is Gohatam Gyan. So this is the most confidential knowledge. It is there. It is before the world. Gita is everywhere. People can just pick up and read it. But how will this knowledge reveal to you? That is again Krishna's blessings, Guru's blessings. So this is why I am so indebted to my spiritual master, that because of him, only this knowledge came to me. It's not otherwise it would have revealed. Haribol. So, that's all we have. Any other question? Yes, Madhuri.
Mataji, Vaheguru, I have heard Vaheguru like...
उसका अर्थ?
Yes, मेरी दादी जैसे बताते हैं, तो आप थोड़ा explain करें.
The meaning of, we chant in Sikhism, Vaheguru, it's made of 4 letters. Vahagara, VHGR. There are 4 yugas. Satyug, Satguru, Vasudev, Vabba, Vishnu, Nam, Japave. The V stands for Vishnu. Then came the Dwapar, the Treta Yuga. Treta Yuga mein Ram jape so sukh paave. Radha Ram jape sukh paave. So R stands for Ram. Then came the Dwapar. Ha ha Hari Krishna. So in Dwapar it was Krishna, Hari. So H stands for Hari. And there is Kali Yuga. Kali Yuga, Guru Nanak came as a guru and he gave the word Govinda. Sab Govind hai, sab Govind hai, Govind bin nahi koi. So Gaga stands for Govind. वह विष्णु ह हरि ग गोविंद र राम चारों अक्षर एक कर एक जप मंत्र बनाए वाहेगुरु. So the four letters were joined together to make one mantra, that is Vaheguru. But then where in the Granth Sahib, this is written where the Granth Sahib, it says Vaheguru, where it is written, कमल नयन मधुर बैन कोट संग सैन शोभ माँ यशोद जिसे कहत है दही भात खाए जियो आद सत श्री निवास आदि पुरुष सदा तू ही वाहेगुरु 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 जियो. So Kamal Nayan Madhur Bain, he's got lotus-like eyes, he's got the beautiful smile. Madhur Bain, Kota Sangha Sain Shobh, and he's out of the millions, he's the only one who is so beautiful. So Kota Sangha Sain Shobh, Ma Yashoda jise kehte hai, and Mother Yashoda is running after him with dahi baat. Kamal Nayan Madhur Bain, Kota Sangha Sain Shobh, Ma Yashoda jise kehte hai, dahi bhaat khaye jiyo. Ad Sat, he is the absolute truth. Ad Sat Shri Nivas, Shri is at his lotus feet. Shri Nivas, Shri resides there in it. So Shri Nivas Adi Puruk, he is the Govindam Adi Pusham. He is the Adi Puruk, the most ancient. Adi Puruk, Sada Tu hi Vaheguru, Vaheguru, Vaheguru Jiyo. You are the Vaheguru.
Ekamkar in Japji said we start with
Ekamkar. All the Vedic mantras start with Om. Even the Bhagavatam starts with Om. So Ek Omkar. So Om, it is Ekomkar Satnam Karta Purukh Nirpao Nirvair Akal Murat Ajuni Saibang Guru Prasad. So that is the qualities of the Karta Purukh. That is Krishna, the doer. So Karta Purukh Nirpao, he is above all fears. Nirvair, no animosity. Then Nirvair, Akal Murat, he is beyond, he is the Akal, he is beyond time. Ajuni Saibang, he doesn't come in yonis. He's Ayuni, Ayuni is. Ajuni Saibang, Guru Prasad, how will you get him? By Guru's mercy, Prasad, Guru's Prasad. So Guru ki mercy se milenge Bhagwan. Aur par kaise milenge? The next word is Jap. 2 lines here, 2 lines there, it's enclosed, Japa. So Guru's mercy you get to chanting. So initiation means when the Guru gives you the mantra. The mantra is the same, Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. But when Guru gives you, when you chant, that is how you will get the Supreme Lord. That is how it is going to happen. This is the process. And when the Om Shabd is there in this here, so Guru Nanak Dev Ji himself talks about the Om. He gives the actually meaning of Om's word. In Dakhani Omkar, it's there in my book, I've quoted. Ek Omkar Satgur Prasad, Omkar Brahma Utpati. Omkar Kiya Jin Chit, Omkar Sail Juk Pe. So Om word is from where the Brahma came. The Om is again Omkar, that is Krishna. He gives the Brahma Ji. And then he is actually Omkar Sail Juk Pe. So Om, from the Om word, all these, the whole nature is coming. All the yugas are coming. Everything is coming from him. Omkar Veda Nirmay. The Vedas are coming from there. Omkar Shabda Udre. Omkar Gurmukh Tare. This Om word is very powerful. But it will only bless them, those who are Gurmukh. Gurmukh means those who have a Guru. Those who don't have a Guru, they will not get the benefit of this. They will not get the mercy. Guru is very important. One should never die without a Guru. So, Omkar Gurmukh Tare, Om Akhar Suno Vichar. He says, listen to this word Om and do ponder on it, do vichar on it. Onam Akhar Tribhuvanasar. The 3 lokas, they come from the Om word. Sun Pande Kya Likhe Janjala. So he's talking to those smart brahmanas, those pandas. He says, Sun Pande Kya Likhe Janjala. What are you giving this sansari words? Sansar ki knowledge you are giving to the people. This is Janjal. Don't actually misinterpret the words of the Supreme Lord. So he says, Sun Pande kya likho Janjala, likh Ram Naam Gun Gopala. So write the name, the likh Ram Naam Gun Gopala. So let everybody chant the name of Ram and Gopal. Just give them that. This is what Om is. So this is in Dakhani Omkar. So that's there in the book with the evidence on which page of the Granth Sahib it's written. I've quoted that in this book. These all books actually are from the Granth Sahib Gita and Bhagavatam, Death the Unstoppable, Vaishnav Teachings in Sikhism, and then we have Guru the Spiritual Father. And there's another one, the Memoirs with My Spiritual Father. This is my life story with Guru Maharaj, my 25 years with my spiritual father, with 200 and more than 200 candid pictures with Guru Maharaj. And that's the picture with Guru Maharaj when he went to Golden Temple with us twice. So that's how the mercy flows, and that's how one should serve the spiritual master. So that is how I got initiated, how I got the name Radhika Krpa. So that's all in this book. And I was quite fortunate that Guru Maharaj left this mortal world in year 2024. But 2023 was the year when I wrote 2 books and offered to them to Guru Maharaj. And one was this one, and the other one was this. And Guru Maharaj was very pleased to have both of the books. He was very happy to see the books, and he really blessed. And last year when he was not with us anymore physically, but still I had written this book and he knew I was writing this book. And he asked me before, in the March 2024, he asked me, I said, Maharaj, I need a foreword from you for this book I'm writing. He said, what is the title of your book? I said, Death the Unstoppable. And he said, very nice title, Radhika Krpa. And he left us on 5th of May 2024. So on his Vyasa Puja, I used to offer him the book. So the last year, he was not physically present with us, but I gave this book to Radhanath Maharaj. He was present in the Vyasa Puja, he had come. So I asked Radhanath Maharaj to offer this to Guru Maharaj. And he took the book to Guru Maharaj and offered it to Guru Maharaj's picture. So I got the blessings for the Vaishnavas for this book as well. So this book came up last year, Death the Unstoppable. It's got what you heard in the bhajan. And in this book, actually there are pages from my life also. There are few deaths that happened in our family after we became devotees. So how these deaths actually happened and what happened, why we say we should be chanting at that time when someone goes away, and how it was possible that we could do that. Be it my father went, I became a devotee. My mother, how she went amidst chanting on Ekadashi day, then how Prabhuji's father went away, and how one of my uncles went away. So there are some pages from our life that are connected to death. So they are in this book as well. So these books will be available with Shama Jagdishri Mataji and Nishthamurti Mataji. You can contact her. She can help you out. Hare Krishna. Yes, Prabhu.
Out of all the instructions that you received from Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj, what is that one that you carry close to your heart?
Prabhuji, he told me when I entered only ISKCON, must be not less than a year also. The first thing he gave me the instruction was, why don't you preach? I was not initiated even. He said, why don't you preach? And I actually took his words. They were always like heart and soul for me. His words were life for me. And throughout my life, I have just tried to fulfill what instructions he gave me. And he said preaching. When I started preaching, the next I was reporting to him every time. And I didn't know how great he was in ISKCON. I never knew that when I met him. And then I would report to him like just as child reports to father. That today I've done this, today I lectured here, today I did this. Even my small lectures even, with a congregation of 20 people, 30 people. And once I was invited to a city. So I had gone there and gave a lecture, and there were more than 100 people. And I was in my car, I still remember, on my way back, I called up Maharaj. Wherever he may be, in Bombay or somewhere, I would just call him. And then I said, Maharaj, today I gave a lecture, there were more than 100 people, they really liked it. And Guru Maharaj said, and I said it was in Rohtak. And he said, why Rohtak? I want you to be an international preacher. You have my blessings to travel anywhere on this planet. You have to become an international preacher. And then that day I decided, yes, I have to fulfill the words. Actually, I just wanted to fulfill his words all the time. And preaching was very dear to him. Be it in the form of book distribution, that was very dear. So our numbers in book distribution also is all because of him. this year we did, 2024, we did 800 Bhagavatam sets and 25,000 Bhagavad Gitas with my group. So we have been doing that since COVID times, 2020. So Guru Maharaj only wanted preaching. So that's what I am doing. So that's very dear to me. And those who all are preaching, they are actually serving Srila Prabhupada. That is the mission of Prabhupada. And Guru Maharaj, be it Loknath Maharaj, Guru Maharaj, they all want that we should preach. I was recently, Loknath Maharaj was there in Rohini, and I was telling him about my scores. So I told him I used to report to Guru Maharaj, now I report to every Vaishnava I get to know, all the senior Vaishnavas. And I was telling Maharaj that I did, in my group we did 800 Bhagavatam sets and the 24,000 Bhagavad Gitas. And then Maharaj quickly, he took out his garland and he just put it in my neck. And it was again a blessing coming from. Likewise, it is now when own father is not there, but the rest, all others, they really take the place of your father. So even Radhanath Maharaj, even Loknath Maharaj, I was invited in Arwade. I was there in Arwade, then I went to Maharaj, the house where he was born. And then when we were leaving, after 3-4 days in Arwade, I had gone giving lectures to different places. I went to Pandharpur and gave lectures there. And then after coming back from there, I met again Loknath Maharaj. So Maharaj says, I had done a small promotional video there. Prajrangi Prabhu asked me, he said, just record a small clip for us, that how did you find Arwade? What really impressed you? So I gave a small video there. They shot a video with me. And I felt so embarrassed when Maharaj said, I saw your video. I said, wow. In that video, I was, of course, glorifying Maharaj, that his house we went and how, but it was so embarrassing. And Maharaj tells me, I just saw Radhika Krpa, your video, which you shot in Arwade. And then, you see, it brings so much of bliss, so much of love and joy. That's what this life is all about. Whether you earn millions of rupees, that this love and joy doesn't come. That you get from the words of a Vaishnava. The blessings when they come, oh, they are marvelous. So that is the preaching. Why this is happening? Because we are doing preaching. We are helping the parampara. We are actually serving parampara. We cannot help, but we are just serving parampara. So if we actually serve the words of the spiritual master, then the Gurbani says, when you become of the Supreme Lord, then the whole world becomes yours. It's not the Supreme Lord becomes yours, the whole world becomes yours. Just you follow the words of your spiritual master, the whole world will become yours. That is true in words. Thank you. Thank you. So we end the session here. Hare Krishna. Shri Prabhupada ki jai. God Premanande. Hare Krishna. Yeah, you can. Shivam, you pass it. Give them mic. They want to make some announcements.
Hare Krishna, thank you so much, Mataji, for enlightening us with such a beautiful session and for so enlightening and enlivening answers to the questions and so patiently answering all the questions. And sorry, our sincere apologies for all the ruckus that's going around here. It's so hard. There's so many kids of similar age group. It's hard to control them. So it's almost like a word war going upstairs. So with that said, I would highly request everyone, these books are actually ocean of mercy and wisdom from Mataji flowing through the Parampara system. So please do spend some time, go through them, and we can contact Shama Jagdishwari Mataji and Nishta Mataji. So please go ahead and check with them about the book, the prices and everything. Yeah. And with that said, next part is Narsimha prayers. Who is doing the Narsimha prayers today?